like fighting when you're young and you're happy.
These days, he's best known for ear biting and spending time in jail for rape. But a new documentary on Mike Tyson could be set to change all that. The so-called baddest man on the planet appears more like the saddest in a film by director James Toback.
That's why I lived recklessly at the day, because I never had no idea I would live to be 40 years old. It's a miracle.
Shot whilst the former heavyweight champion entered rehab after conviction for drug offences, it's a 90-minute monologue which covers his troubled childhood, rise to fame, spectacular fall from grace, and of course the many controversies. He's still proclaiming his innocence over the rape conviction, but his friend of over 20 years insists the ex-boxer only told the truth.
I don't think there was ever any line between what was in his mind and what he was saying. And one of the things that made that possible was that it was not like this, which is a normal question and answer conversation. It was a voice, my own, from off camera with him in a kind of comfortable position and two cameras running with high def with no mag that would run out and just let him go. So that there are these great moments in the movie where his face is speaking, and that was the result of sometimes 4 or 5 minutes of just running the camera with his silence. I wouldn't even ask a question. I'd give his general suggestion, like, what are your earliest memories? And he might go on for 20 or 30 seconds, and then there'd be 3 minutes of silence. And then he'd come up with something only because there had been that time to brew, and something else would come out, and something else would come out. And it was like a psychoanalytic session, a stream of consciousness almost.
I always read that the great fighters never had sex before fights. And I was a young kid, and I wanted to be the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. So I restrained myself from sex for around 5 years.
But it's details like this that caused Iron Mike to have second thoughts. He told reporters after making it that he regretted doing the feature as he'd given too much away. But the man behind it all believes that's all changed.
Now he loves it, but it was he said that before he saw the reaction at Cannes. And I will say that even though the first time he saw it, his response was, it's like a Greek tragedy, the only problem is I'm the subject. But had the response at Cannes been the kind of response I got for Fingers in my early screenings of Fingers, I think his view of the movie would have been totally different, because his view of himself in the movie would have been one that would have made him ashamed or embarrassed. Why do I want to be seen as somebody whom everybody despises and is jeering at? Now he's excited, and it's not just, I think, flattering. In a way, it makes him feel in his inner turmoil that the part of him that likes himself, which is at war with other parts of him that are not at peace with himself, is that there's a case to be made for that.
And this could be just the first confidence boost, as it's full steam ahead for Project Bring Back Tyson, as there's a book on the way, along with a computer game.
He goes down, he's out. I'm victorious. Mike Tyson, greatest fighter that ever lived.